Welcome all to my brand new episode of the I Love ARR Podcast. I'm Chander from Melbourne, Australia. Today we have one of the very well-renowned singer from India, Sreekanth Hariharan. Sreekanth is a playback singer in the Tamil and the Malayalam music industry in India. Sreekanth is also multi-talented. He plays violin too. In fact, the music that's playing in the background is his work. I've had the privilege of spending time with Sreekanth during my recent trip to India. I feel very grateful for the amazing friendship we share. Let's go ahead and hear it from the man himself behind the very popular number Unakaaga from the blockbuster movie Bigil. Here we go, yo.
Hi,
Welcome
hi.
to the podcast.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
You're my first ever guest. I'm so privileged to have you, buddy.
Same here. It's super
How is your day
privileged.
been?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been great.
Awesome.
Enjoying the indoor times. So, yeah.
So you're not feeling very isolated. What's the lockdown like for you?
I think it's a very good phase to look into ourselves, to
Yeah.
work on ourselves, to practice. As a musician, it's really nice to get such a good kind of time where we have nothing else to be distracted about.
Mm.
So it's really nice. So I read, I sleep well, I practice, cook. Then what? Yeah, listen to a lot of music. Try
You-
recording some things in between. So it's a very creative phase and it's a very calm, settling phase. I feel.
Awesome. And life has changed for you since the lockdown started?
Changed as in, yeah, as I mentioned, it's become more calm.
Yeah.
And the place where I live, it's usually very noisy. So right
yeah.
now it's so quiet, and I'm like, wow. I mean, I always wanted to see this place quiet, but unfortunately, it happened due to such a pandemic.
Pandemic.
That's very unfortunate. But
Yeah.
still, that situation is very quiet here. So yeah,
Mm.
I'm just experiencing new stuff now.
And you meditate a bit more now, I take it?
Yeah. Usually I do it every day. I mean, yeah, most often I try to. So right
You
now it's
generally
much
do
more
it in the
comfortable.
mornings or anytime?
Nothing specific. It
Yeah.
happens whenever I feel like.
It's amazing, man. I mean, I could feel the vibe because I obviously met you for the first time in the Trichy concert, right?
Yeah.
And I do have a number of friends who are into meditation, and then there is some calmness that I can see right on their face. And yeah, I mean, I didn't realize that you were actually into meditation until you told me the other day. But
Okay.
I'm not surprised at all. Like, this is pretty much clearly it says that it's helping you big time when you think about it.
Should be.
It does do the magic. It just keeps you calm and composed, and I think this is what you need as a creative person, right?
Hopefully, yeah. It helps us see a bigger picture. So maybe it
Yeah.
is. Yeah. It.
Awesome. Great. Hey, look,
Yeah.
I've always been a great admirer of the work that you do, man. And the thing is, I mean, we had a great time in Trichy. That's the first time I got to meet you in person, and then I believe that we hit off really well. And then those 2 days that we got to spend was just amazing. And I still cherish all those memories, especially with you, Dilshad and Bamba and all these guys. In fact, to be honest, all the pictures that we took, all the selfies, I didn't want them to be just on my phone because it with the number of pictures I take, I didn't want to lose them. So I ended up printing those pictures and made magnetic posts of that and put it
Wow.
up on my fridge. So every day, whenever I have a coffee, I actually look at those pictures on my fridge,
Oh, that's
and
beautiful.
including the ones like we took a group picture during that badam milk and all that, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're all like, yeah, when you think about it, Shrikant, we can't get those moments back again now. We may eventually in the future, don't know when, but look at the timing. We were there in February, mid of Feb in Trichy, met for the concert, and of course we caught up. And now things have changed. Life is 180 degrees different now. And
Absolutely.
I was actually planning on traveling to the US in the month of May for the US concert, ARRs. And yeah, of course, that's been postponed now to next year.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's interesting how life has changed, but it's for the good, I take it, because I mean, yeah, the number of cases that you see on a daily basis with this coronavirus,
Of
it's a bit
course.
scary.
Of course. Yeah. It's
Anyway,
all good. We stay indoors. Yeah.
yeah, of course. Yeah. Look, so going back to what I was saying, I really cherish those memories, and I felt that I made some of my most amazing friends during those 2 or 3 days that I spent with you all. And I feel very blessed, to be honest, because um, I live here in Australia, and then I'm missing out on that kind of bonding because I don't get to do that in a normal life here. And I treasured all those every moments that we were together. And yeah, in fact, I was telling about that to Sir as well in the backstage when I was talking to him. He gave me 10-15 minutes of exclusive time, right? So I was telling him about it. That
That's
I made some
beautiful.
amazing friends, and he was just smiling, man. That's it. He's like, it's just normal, right?
It is. It's actually, I was also feeling very happy to see you taking so much effort for the passion of music, for passion called Raman sir, and for all that. So yeah, that's not a simple thing. So it was amazing to see you that way. So
No, I mean, the thing is, I mean, I think it's anything for Sir, man. I'm pretty sure you yourself and all the other your colleagues and everyone will have same amount or even more respect as much as I do, or even more. And then it's beyond his music. It's the person he is. It's the human he is, and there's something magic that I really can't explain because I'm miles and miles away, thousands of miles away, and I still feel connected to him. And for decades together, ever since he started composing music, it has had a huge, huge impact on me. And I don't think there is a day where I haven't heard his music. Be it I'm in the kitchen making a coffee in the mornings, or I'm at work, or I'm at the gym, or I'm out running on the streets, his music plays.
yeah,
And yeah, I just feel connected. How should I put it? Even his recent release, 99 songs,
yeah,
it has had such a big impact on me, especially the O Ashika song. It just
yeah,
tears in my eyes for various reasons, but still. Anyway,
yeah.
sorry, I,
Yes.
I digress. This is what happens when we talk about Sir. uh,
That's
Dude, I would love to know when did you start learning music, man? What's your journey been like?
okay. I come from a family of musicians. I can say that because my amma is a singer.
Yeah,
She's a Carnatic singer, and she is also a playback singer. She was a playback singer.
yeah.
And my father was also very much interested in music, theaters, and everything in his younger
Mm,
days, though he had to shift his profession. My
yeah,
grandfather, that is my mother's father, is
yeah.
also a Carnatic musician.
Wow.
So I was in a family of musicians, but I showed no interest until the age of 10.
Mm,
I could say, I mean, absolutely no interest. And it's during that time that I had to chance upon a violin, which was in my grandfather's house,
wow,
and
wow.
I simply started learning it. And even then, I wasn't too much into it. Like
Yeah,
I wouldn't sit for Amma's class. She never forced me to learn music, so they never knew I could sing or
yeah,
anything.
yeah,
And at a particular level, I think they just put me up for a competition or something,
yeah,
and they were surprised that I sang well, or I mean not sang well, I mean they found it nice, they
yeah,
found it interesting. And that's when they realized I have this taste, but still they didn't push me much.
yeah.
So it's around when I was in 10th grade or something. Before that, my sister was in a reality show or something, and I saw that, and I felt like I really want to try this out. And without anyone knowing in my family, I just applied for that show.
Yeah.
And I learned, I came to know that my mom was supposed to judge the auditions of that on
Oh,
the day
wow.
before the auditions. So then she told me, it's okay, you go, I'll stay out for your audition and stuff.
Mm,
And that happened, and that's when I started singing, like out
wow.
of my own interest. I
Yeah,
was really inhibited. I mean, it was not this me at all back then. It is so much different back then. So I was so inhibited. I didn't know if I could sing. I knew I was doing a lot of mistakes, but
yeah.
it was such a good journey from that till here. So that's the basic journey.
Oh, wow. Amazing, man. And so how many hours a day were you practicing then? And maybe I'll come to the other part of the question later.
Back then, I would say no daily practice during my school days because I wasn't interested in music at all.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know why, but it never. I mean, I used to listen to music, but I wasn't
yeah,
interested to sing or engage into it. So I didn't know the concept of learning like that, practicing, and all that
yeah,
stuff. So
yeah,
it's after my 12th grade, like
yeah,
just when I entered college, I
yeah,
did my bachelor's in architecture. So
yeah.
it is
Oh
during
wow.
that time that I came to know. I listened to a lot of legends and
Yeah.
what they speak and everything. So that led me to practice. So at that time, if I got good time enough, I used to sit for 2-3 hours at a stretch and figure out things. From then, I had this habit of practicing very regularly. So
Awesome, man.
yeah.
Great. And you know what? Interesting fact. My party was a
Okay.
Carnatic music teacher.
Oh,
And well, I mean, I have to regretfully say that I never learned music from her, but probably she had so many students uh, back in Bangalore. This is quite some time ago. And I
okay.
regret that I lost that time where she used to call me saying, Chanda, come and learn music from me and all that. And I was just not interested. And then, yeah, what can I do? I've lost that time, and I've lost her too. But again, she used to have like 5 or 6 students coming to the classes every day, and we to Motamadi Mela Poite, she would be teaching with her tambura, and it would be an amazing thing to see. But the thing is, I don't know, for whatever reason, I was just not attracted, but I still would have that the musical knowledge in terms of the ragam and all that to a degree, but
Mm-mm.
still I wouldn't say that I actually know it well, but to a degree, yes. And yeah, and of course, probably it could have been because of that I had an inclination towards music, and then of course I only listen to AR's music, to be honest with you, and I'm biased saying that, but I have no regret saying it. I don't really listen to anyone else's music because I don't know it. Anyone else's music just doesn't connect with me. And but I do sing as well. But I don't sing anywhere outside my home. At home, when no one's around, obviously, I do sing. I have no idea how I sing, but I think I sing okay.
No, say I really believe that everyone should sing, irrespective of how good they sound in terms of professional
Yeah.
judgments. But I really feel that everyone should sing. It's like the soul opening up. So we have to let it out, even if it's in say house or anywhere. You have to sing. So
And well, I mean, you won't believe it. I think I've even conducted musical concerts and stuff like that inside the bathroom, thinking that I am AR Rahman, I'm doing all the performances one after the other. And sometimes I've even danced in the shower. And one day I felt like I'm going to slip and then get hurt really bad, so I should stop doing this.
that's nice. That's
Anyway,
nice. Yeah.
and dude, you were obviously into Super Singer and stuff like that too, right?
Yeah.
What was that journey like, man? How did you get into it?
Okay. That happened. Okay, I finished my college in 2017.
Yeah.
And I happened to take part, and that was a time when I was starting to write my own songs, and was into this independent music kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And I happened to go to a folk music meet in Germany and Belgium called Ethno.
Wow.
And yeah, that happened for a month, and
Yeah.
it was a very beautiful thing, life-changing experience.
Yeah.
But that was a time I felt I really don't want to get into commercial music. I wanted to completely go out of it. And
Yeah.
that is when one of my sister's friend, her name is Lata Krishna.
Okay.
She was in Super Singer in the previous season.
Yeah.
And she called me suddenly and said, see, there's this show coming up. I've never followed Super Singer, to be frank, except for
Yeah.
some videos on YouTube. I've watched Satya Prakash Anna and all of them sing.
Oh yeah.
So then she told me there's a new season coming and they were looking for contestants. Why don't
Yeah.
you try? And I
Yeah.
wanted to move to Chennai to learn music. And
Wow.
I said, okay, I'll give it a try. I was like a little hesitant because I didn't want to go to a reality show or I don't know. I was a little hesitant at the time.
Yeah.
But I sent the video, then it all followed and it just happened. And I don't know why it happened. And
It
it
was
just
meant to be.
it was meant to be, I think. So I just followed it. I didn't block it. I didn't stop anything
Yeah.
that came to me.
Yeah.
And I finished all the auditions I got in, and that's when I got to know Rahman sir is part of the show, and he's being the brand ambassador of the show. I was like,
Amazing.
no way! I didn't even. I mean, it's completely out of the blue from a time when I didn't want to go towards commercial music, but you know how much I love Sir's music, so you easily know that. So from that phase to a show where I'm getting to know that he's being part of the show. I was like, I couldn't believe it. So I just trusted. I don't know. I just left it to the world or what is happening. And that's how the journey was. But Super Singer was so splendid. It changed a lot of things within me. It exposed me to such amazing musicians, very good friends. And also, that was a side of commercial music or film music. I wouldn't say commercial music, the film music side, which I hadn't explored as deep as I did when I was in that show. And of course, performing in front of Sir was the biggest highlight. Oh, incredibly! Because the very first shoot, the very first song, myself and my friend Aparna, we were put on stage. And Sir was there, and we didn't get time for a sound check. And we were like trembling. I don't know, because we were trembling first song of the whole set, and that too in front of Sir. So like, oh God, no. But then it was.
May I ask what song was that?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It is Nane Varigiren from OK Kanmani.
Amazing.
So it is a little tricky song.
And
I was really trembling. And when that line, Chinnanjere Ragasiyame, so when that came, I was really shivering. But when I hit that note and it hit correct, I mean, it was on pitch, I was like, okay, that's good. Okay. And then I started enjoying it. But still, I was shivering for the whole song. But that was a life-changing experience.
Did you pick the song or were you given that song?
No, we chose a song.
Yeah. And you chose a difficult song, that too.
Oh, yeah.
It's not an easy song, for sure.
Yeah, especially for the female singer, it is not at all easy. There's a lot of trickiness, but yeah, I don't know. We love the song, so we love the song.
And what was Sir's reaction?
I think he was happy. He was okay. He didn't say much that day. I remember he didn't say much. He was like, "Yeah, it was nice." That's what he said. And as always, Sir doesn't speak much. So, but I didn't even bother about any of that then, because I mean, I have met Sir before. I had got his autograph maybe like 10, 12 years back or something. Or even before that. And after that, it's now that I'm meeting Sir directly, and I was just overwhelmed with the experience. And I was just grateful and so happy. So I didn't know what happened after that.
Awesome, man. And then he was there in the finale as well, right?
Yeah, he wasn't there. Yeah, the set final. So he came for the show for 3 different rounds. And instead of the finale, he wasn't in town at the time, but he came for the thing called set finale, which just happened just before the finale. So that's when I performed 2 more songs in front of him.
What song was?
One was Rasali.
Oof. Oh,
and the other song was an old song of Dakshinamurthy Swami. He's an amazing composer. And there's a song called Nanda and Nila, which is by him, sung by SPB Sir. So these were the 2 songs that I could perform in front of him.
Awesome, man. And did he have any comments then, or same? He didn't speak much.
Actually, especially when I performed Nanda and Nila, he said so many things, but funnily my monitor didn't have his voice, like the stage monitor. And I was like, sir, I couldn't understand, so I couldn't interrupt. I was like, thank you, sir, and I didn't understand anything else. And when it was telecast, that's when I figured, oh my God, I was so lucky to have that, because he said like all the details were really good. He gave me a thumbs up at the end. He really encouraged. So I didn't know that happened, because I couldn't hear him speak. So it was such a surprise to listen to that later.
And how long after that was the call from the studio for Bigil? I can't wait to hear this experience.
I think it was roughly 1 year. 1 year, because the finale was on 15th of July 2018.
Wow, you even remember the dates.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And that's when Sir announced, Sir made them announce about the opportunity, and it was almost
and
1 year.
He kept up his word, remember that?
I'm like,
Something.
of course.
Yeah.
Thanks to him, big thanks. So
he did tell me that, he'll be there for my wedding whenever I get married, by the way.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So that should happen soon.
First, I need to find someone. Sorry, I digressed. Yeah. And
so
1 year later, he called you as in studio.
Exactly.
And tell me about that experience if you don't mind.
So,
Did you know who you were singing for, as in terms of which movie and
uh,
stuff like that?
not initially. So what happened is I got called to the studio, and that time sir was the ground floor, and I was asked to go upstairs.
Yeah.
And I went there. I saw Vivek sir, the lyricist, and Suresh, another sound engineer there. He came in and he played the song, and he asked me to sit and learn. And I learned the song, but I couldn't figure what movie, because obviously I didn't know the details. But it was a beautiful song.
Yeah.
The melody, and it reminded, I mean, it got me really nostalgic. So I was really enjoying the song, and I learned the song. But then later Vivek sir came and helped me out with the lyrics. That's when I realized it is a song for Bigil and everything. And I was trying out that song. Yeah, that's how I figured it out.
Awesome, man. And how long did the recording process go?
That was for around, I don't know. The first session was around 1 hour. And after that, they made sir listen to it. So sir didn't record me then. And sir said, he let me know. That's what they told me. And I went back home. And later, after almost a month, I got called back again saying, sir wanted to record you. And I went to the studio, and I waited for a while. And then sir walked towards the studio, and he's like, "Bah, ulla polan solli." He called me. Then and then what happened? I think the vocal booth, the place where you take the vocals, there's a separate room actually. So I think it was occupied with something else. So they set up a mic next to him in the console, and I was like really trembling in a way. But I figured I shouldn't, because I'm going there as a musician. I shouldn't let down myself, and I shouldn't get afraid. And that's not what I'm supposed to do. So I try, and he spoke to me so sweetly. He asked, what's happening? And he told me what are the changes he needs and everything. And that happened so quickly. That recording was pretty quick, if I remember right. And yeah, that was a very beautiful experience. I'll never forget it.
Beautiful, man. Okay. And then how long later did the song come out after that?
It came out in 1.5 weeks.
Oh yeah? Oh my God. It was that quick?
It was that quick.
Oh my goodness, man. And that song was mind-blowing, buddy, because I still remember Srini sir was so happy as well. I remember talking to him quite some time back then, and he was so happy that you were picked for that song. And even I felt the voice was absolutely new, fresh, and it just caught my attention like this even when I heard. And then, but some of sir's songs, it takes a while, it grows on you, and some are instant poisons for you. And this was one of them. And dude, on that note, do you want to sing a line or two from that song? If
absolutely, that's okay? Absolutely. So let me say big thanks to sir, and I have to thank a lot of people, because this is not a journey which happens quickly. I don't know. It is like life puts a lot of people for you to come up to any point that you want. So I'm really grateful to each and everyone who's been part of my life. So
you're very humble, man.
No, it's a truth. I have to be. Okay. Yesaketa nidano neramella nidano deno nee thoongu varada ye vaalkaye vidinjuvom pecholi ketada eduppe moochai unna somakkara varama mela nidal vandu viduma கொல்லாதே கண்ணின் ஓரமா உனக்காக வாழ நினைக்கிறேன் உசுரோட வாசம் பிடிக்கிறேன் புடவ மடிக்கையில் உன்னைத்தான் மடிக்கிறேன் ஒரு 100 வருஷம் பேச நினைச்சு தோளில் தூங்கிடுவேன் உனக்காக.
Yeah. Beautiful, man. I am so blessed to be hearing this live. I'm so happy, buddy. It sounds so fresh, man. I love your voice, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really, and I should also mention, I was really so happy to listen to Madhura's voice when I went for the recording. So I loved her voice. So yeah, it was really happy to share the song with you.
Or she had done it before?
I think she had done it before. So.
Yeah. Her voice sounded so different too, and then fresh. It was really good. And you guys nailed it even in the Trichy concert. I remember It was one amazing performance for sure.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Really good, man.
That was another experience. Thank you.
And the thing is, of course, fame happened after that. Quite obviously, after Unakaaga released, and especially with a big blockbuster like Bigil, what was it like? I still remember I was teasing you when kids were coming around and asking for autographs in the backstage of Trichy concert. So, what was the feeling like when mob were coming towards you after Unakaaga?
It was, in a way, it was really humbling.
Yeah.
Because my mom was pretty famous. My amma was pretty famous in Kerala.
Yeah.
So I've always traveled around with her, and I've seen why people come to musicians or artists, because it's not the person alone. It's the music. It's the magic that is. It is something more deeper. It's not just a person getting famous, or I don't believe in that. So in that way, a song could connect to so many people. Indeed. And it had made some impact in someone's life, and I was thankfully a part of it. So it was really, I felt grateful. I was really happy. I'm a little what to say, I like to have my own space, and I'm a little, I think you know that by now. So in the beginning it was a little overwhelming, because I was like, no, is it okay? But later I realized it's beyond that. Sometimes it's really so much love and happiness to be shared. So yeah.
No, it was good, man. I was looking at the way you were feeling a bit shy when kids were coming and asking for autograph, and one after the other in the backstage of Trichy concert. I was just loving it. I mean, it's good, man. I mean, they adore you already. It's amazing. And of course, your followers have increased in Instagram. I saw that. Which is a good thing. So it's how do you find to be connected with your fans on Instagram or any other media? It's good. You're liking it?
Yeah, of course, yes. I'm liking it, definitely. The thing that happens is I've just felt it sometimes, like when there are a lot of people following, sometimes we tend to try to please them or appease them, and sometimes and I feel that I shouldn't be doing that, and the focus should be back on me and what I have to work on. So the outside, they are a reflection to whatever we are all doing. So Perfect. I find that the external world is reflecting if I'm doing well, if I am staying to the ground, if I am being focused. So I see that as a reflection for me to grow myself better. I mean, not as a more famous person, but as a better person. That's what I feel. So
really good and very well said, man. I love it.
Yeah, so I'm thankful to all of them who have been supporting me. And there are a lot of people who take so much time and pain and patience to send me gifts, write stuff about me, and post things. Wow. And that is, I mean, I can only feel happy and thankful to them, right? What else can I say?
And did you get to speak to Sir after Unakaaga reached the heights that it did later after that?
No, I haven't met him. No, I couldn't speak to him directly. I mean, except for the Trichy show where I met him. But I haven't spoken to him. But I just met him briefly in the backstage. I just saw him. That's it. And for the audio launch of Bigil. And there was this incident that happened later, which was like I happened to do a cover of Unakaaga.
Oh yeah.
And out of nowhere, so I kept getting a lot of notifications 2 days after the release, and I was like, what's going on? I think I was in a program or something backstage, and my net was so weak I couldn't see. So someone told me, Rahman sir has shared your cover. I was like, come on, no way. Then I got out and I saw that, and I felt, again, I was overwhelmed. So
you won't believe it, Sreekanth. That's one of my favorite songs, and to be honest with you, that plays even today. I've got this AR Rahman playlist on Spotify, and then that's the only playlist that plays every day, every month, every year. And of course, the songs keeps adding as and when a new track comes out. But Unakaaga has been such an amazing track. But your cover version was just superb, man. I even remember telling you about it when we met in Trichy as well. It was really good, very well done. And then it was very well shot as well. Where was it shot, by the way?
It was in a place in Trivandrum. There's a poet called Sugata Kumari from
Right.
Kerala. She's a
Yeah.
very, very famous poet.
Yeah.
And so there is an Abhaya. There's a place called Abhaya. It's like
Yeah.
a home for. I think it's also like an orphanage. Plus,
Yeah.
they take care for the mentally challenged people and everything. So they do a lot of
Wow.
service. So they have a space like this there, which they rent
Yeah.
out for shooting to
Yeah.
use the funds for such purposes, such very good purposes.
Oh my goodness.
So
Wow.
that's where we shot it.
Awesome, man. And on that note, do you think you can sing probably one line of that song for me, if that's okay?
Yeah. Before that, I'll just say one word. Like on
Yeah,
the Trichy concert, like listening to Hariji sing
Oh,
that
yeah.
live, and I don't know. I can only thanks to Sir because and everyone behind the team to have me on that stage also because I was surrounded with such legendary musicians. It was a great experience. So yeah, with that note, I'll just sing a few lines of that.
Thanks.
நிலா காய்கிறது நிறம் தேகிறது யாரும் ரசிக்கவில்லையே இந்த கண்கள் மட்டும் உன்னை காணும் தென்றல் போகின்றது சோலை சிரிக்கின்றது யாரும் சுகிக்கவில்லையே சின்ன கைகள் மட்டும் உன்னை தீண்டும் காற்று வீசும் வெயில் காயும் காயும் அதில் மாற்றம் ஏதுமில்லையே ஆவானும் மண்ணும் நம்மை வாழச் சொல்லும் அந்த வாழ்த்து ஓயவில்லை என்றென்றும் வானில் நிலா காய்கிறது நேரம் தேகிறது யாரும் ரசிக்கவில்லையே
Amazing, man. So very well done. Well done. Superb. I mean, it gives me goosebumps, man, when you sing. Oh my God. I can feel that something's happening to me.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
It's really good. It's like you're putting your heart and soul into it, regardless of any song that you're singing. That's the impact it does. It's really
Thank
good.
you so much. Thanks.
I'm
Thank
so grateful to you that of course, with your talent and stuff, Sir spotted you, and then we've been able to connect this way. And otherwise, I mean, I don't know when we would have met, or I'm very grateful, and I feel very blessed that I'm able to see it live and you're singing it for me. I'm truly very grateful to you, man.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Really, this means a lot.
Please. And moreover, I mean, this is my first ever podcast, and of course, I'm not a professional, and I'm not doing it for any monetization or whatsoever. It's just purely as a respect and tribute to Sir, just to be able to be a medium for the other AR Rahman fans, to be able to connect with them, and then just so that they can experience what I am experiencing as well. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
And I feel very blessed, man. Thank you so much, man.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And the thing is, I mean, of course, like, I will just try to move away slightly. I'm not going to ask you to sing at least for a few minutes now.
Okay,
So
sure.
the thing is, I mean, what's your playlist like? What you're on Spotify or you're on Apple Music? What's your playlist like?
Apple Music mostly, iTunes.
Yeah.
I don't know my playlist. I don't have a playlist as such.
Okay.
It just keeps changing.
Yeah.
So one fine day I take up an artist and I just keep listening to them for hours together.
Okay.
That's how I don't like shuffling between songs one after the other. So if I listen to one artist, I think I listen to a lot of their songs.
Awesome.
So it keeps changing. I have everything in my playlist from Western classical to Carnatic Hindustani ghazals to a lot of film songs also. Folk music, I think European folk music, flamenco.
Wow.
Jazz. I don't know everything. I like to listen to everything, though I don't know everything. But I mean, I know nothing literally. But
come on.
no, yeah. I mean, there's so much. When you keep looking at the different genres and kind of musicians, you'll be like, oh my God, that's what you feel. So like that, I like that feeling in a way. But yeah, that's what happens. So I don't have a playlist as such. But so that's how it happens mostly.
And any of, of course, any of your favorite Sir songs
Oh my God.
that's your like go-to song?
Yeah, it should be too many songs, but
Yeah.
I think the one which is always close to my heart is Naina Neer Bahaye.
Oof.
It's
Yeah.
from Water,
Yes.
and the entire album,
Yeah. It was amazing.
Ayure Sakhi and everything.
Yeah.
And Sadhana ma'am's voice, it has been my favorite for like I remember the whole lifetime, I think. It's
I
got
agree.
some magic, some soul that touches me every time. So I used to listen to Naina Neer Bahaye every night, and literally I'll go into tears. It's not of pain or anything. It's some
Yeah.
divine tears, and
Yeah.
that song is absolute magic.
I agree, man. Yeah, it
Absolute
was
magic.
just one amazing album for sure. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder how Sir was able to crack the tune. And then, of course, where you must have seen Sir's interviews, and he says that it comes from divine right, and it's just so true, man. I mean, I don't know. I get goosebumps when I listen to some of his tracks, and then it brings tears and tears for no reason, Srikanth. I couldn't explain.
Yeah.
And but it's just one of those things, and I still remember there's so many tracks like that. And then of course I was a little kid. Lagan came out, and yeah, of course, I remember I forcefully took my dad and brother to the theater to watch that movie just for the music. And all the three of us were sitting together, and then my dad and my brother were looking at me. Why is this guy closing his eyes and watching the movie? And I said, Lil, I'm actually listening to the music. I feel connected to it. And they're like, no, but you're here to watch the movie. No, I said, I feel very connected when I close my eyes. Especially when the songs were playing.
I had the same feeling when I went for Jodha Akbar.
Oh yeah.
That was a very long movie. It was like over 3 hours, I believe.
It was.
But I think I was in school. I don't know when, but pretty young. I went with my sister and two of her friends, and the whole movie. I think those are all the inspirations for us to take music more and understand. So we bought all sorts of CDs of that movie, like audio, the original ones, the audio, video, and there was a CD for a video songs. There was a movie CD, everything. So in the theater, we were all left in tears, and I don't know. We would have played that album a zillion times at our homes, listening to everything. I don't know. Crazy album it was.
True, man. And I'll tell you another interesting fact. Obviously, Khwaja Mere Khwaja was in that movie, right? Have you got anything to share about that?
I think that was a song which I sang in my first reality show, and it got me like a lot of people appreciated me for that. And that's when I really found my confidence that okay, I should try singing, I think. So I connect to that song. It's a very divine song. Each time I listen to it, it will take us to some sort of a very grounded yet celestial space. And I don't know why I've always seeing Sir as a musician is one, and I see him more of someone who has been in a spiritual journey, and that's I connect. I don't know. I look to him in that way also, equally as a musician. So I think that song just completes that bond for me. So
very well described, man. Yeah, indeed. I mean, something happened to me, Srikanth, when I heard that song for the first time. I don't know. I couldn't explain. I was in tears, and it did some magic to me. And then, of course, when I went to watch the movie Jodha Akbar again, in that, oh my God, that song was totally divine, especially the point where Hrithik Roshan revolves, right? Oh my God, I couldn't explain, man. I was in tears, and my dad and my brother were looking at me. And of course, look, every individual is different, but they couldn't actually probably understand what I was going through, how it was connected to me, and all that. But till today, like I know it'll always be a magic. If I have any job interview or if there's anything super important happening in my life, I listen to that song first thing. It just gives me that positive energy, thinking that I'm going to crack it. Probably the moments where my confidence levels are dipping down or something like that, I ensure I play that song. It just takes my spirits up, and it takes me to a different zone altogether. I even remember writing about this to Sir about it, and then remember he just put a smiley back. That's it.
Nice.
And look, I'm going to put you on the spot. Is that song possible for you to sing a line?
Which song?
Or this Khwaja Mere Khwaja?
Of course, why not? I would be happy to. ख्वाजा मेरे ख्वाजा दिल में समा जा शाहों का शाह तू अली का दुल्हारा ख्वाजा मेरे ख्वाजा दिल में समा जा ख्वाजा मेरे ख्वाजा दिल में समा जा बेकसों की तकदीर तूने है सवारी बेकसों की तकदीर तूने है सवारी. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I'm sorry if I made a mistake in the lyric. I'm not really sure.
Oh my God, my eyes closed automatically. Amazing, man. Really, really good, man. It just touches my heart, buddy. I'm pretty sure all the other listeners, whoever is going to be listening to this, I apologize once again. I'm still a beginner in this podcast thing, but I'm pretty sure all of Sir's fans will definitely listen to this, and they'll be really, really thrilled with all your songs, man. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
And the thing is, I mean, of course, I do know that you also play violin, right? So do you still practice playing violin, or
yeah,
or more into singing, or both?
No, my primary focus has been singing.
Yeah.
But I do practice violin.
Does Sir know that you play violin?
I think so. I don't know if he remembers, but for the Rasali performance that I did in Super Singer, I did play the violin and sing. So yeah, that time he was like saying, "Yeah, you play the violin and sing. That's really nice." He said something like that. But I don't know if he remembers. I mean, of course he's that I don't know, but yeah.
I'm sure you remember everything. Yeah, amazing, man. Because I saw it on your Instagram post with that Rasali song you were performing with another friend of yours.
Yeah.
It was amazing, man. I was blown away with your performance of violin. Really.
I'm not that good, frankly speaking, because
you're being modest.
No, absolutely not. I'm frankly speaking, because I haven't put that much time into violin yet, so that shows. So, but yeah, I've realized that I enjoy playing the violin, so I don't want to stop it, though I know my limitations. I enjoy it. So
no, but really good, man. Really, really good. Just keep practicing, buddy. I mean, both singing as well as violin, and I think that'll obviously that makes you stand out, and you're able to connect more and more hearts, man. That's it with your divine voice.
Thank you so much.
Look, dude, I mean, we have almost come to the end of this podcast session.
Oh, wow.
And of course, I am conscious of the fact that you haven't had your lunch yet, so I don't want to prolong more and make you starve.
That's absolutely fine.
And so probably I'll just ask you maybe two things, right?
Yeah.
So I know we're all going through this lockdown. Entire world is going through that. Probably unless and until you're living in Antarctica, you're not going through a lockdown, I think. So when things come back to normal, will you be approaching things a bit differently? What's the first thing that you're going to do? Maybe it's got two questions in one, I think. So when the lockdown finishes, what's the first thing that you would do? Or you haven't thought about it yet? It could be that, or...
First thing I have to do is I have to fix my car's puncture. So that's the first
you can't
thing.
even get that fixed now because of the lockdown.
No, there are no shops around and I can't take my car out. So yeah.
It's like pretty much a curfew anga.
Almost. Unless it's like very damn emergency. I don't think
car puncture emergency no, I'm just joking.
So yeah, I'm just kidding. But first thing I definitely have to do that. But other than that, there is this beauty of this phase where you're not doing anything. And it is not, I think it is very important for us to even enjoy doing nothing. We learn a lot. So this is one phase that myself and everyone around me has got an opportunity for that. So I would like to integrate that. I mean, I always like my empty space, but I want to integrate it better into my life And there are certain practices or I don't know, certain things that I've tried doing during this phase, which I would like to extend into my other days also when it gets back to normal life. And I don't know, I want to I think I'll pray more for such a calmness in everyone's lives, because at the end of the day, we at this moment realize, I mean, you might be rich, you might be poor, you might have earned so much, you have done everything in life, but everyone is in lockdown. So there can be situations where none of these matters. So I think I'll just pray that the whole world comes more to easiness in living and happiness in living, and maybe enjoy. So I think that's it. I had nothing more.
Awesome, man. Well done, man. Great. Well done. And look, there's going to be thousands of Sirs fans who are going to be listening to this podcast, because it's the first and foremost episode again. And I know there's going to be many more. And I would love you to come back again, and then we'll be able to jam together. And actually, you know what? This morning, when I was walking this morning with my dog, Happy, I was thinking, you know what? We guys should jam together one day. And of course, then you can critique with my singing, no doubt about it. But I would love to do that one day, man.
Unless you're in the studio or on stage or doing a performance, there's no criticism. It's for fun. So,
but I'll make an honest attempt.
Who am I to criticize, by the way? So
no, please, you can give me okay, put it this way, constructive feedback.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have been told in the past by some of my friends, when I was forced to sing when friends were at home and then I sang. I don't know, when somebody forces, it just doesn't come out of me, and it just needs to happen from me, right? For me rather. And then obviously when I sang, they felt that I was not putting my soul into it. And so I always wait for those moments. It generally happens early in the mornings for me. When I wake up and when I'm making my coffee, when I have my headphones on, that's when I have my soul connection. I sing. Not that I'm asking you to be up by 2 a.m. just because it's 6 a.m. here in Australia. Just joking.
I get it.
But let's do it.
I think it is just a state of mind, because if you observe that state of mind that you're in the morning, I think you can easily recreate it when you want. So it is right. You can enjoy it anytime, I think.
There's just one last thing that I wanted to ask you is, of course, I keep digressing with whatever I ask. I know that, but because of thousands of Sirs fans who will be listening to this and watching this episode, right? Have you got anything to tell them, saying in terms of being an AR Rahman fan as well yourself, and anything that you want to share to them? Could be anything, because there's going to be thousands and thousands of fans watching this, listening to this.
I think okay, it's a very difficult question because there are too many things to share. Okay, give me a minute.
No, take your time.
I don't know which one to choose.
Sorry, man.
No problem. Okay, so as I mentioned, as a musician, I have always experienced and felt so much divinity and so much connection whenever I listen to his music. And I've always looked up to him because he still keeps learning. He still does script writing, things he has never done before, he's doing, and he's completely immersed into that learning process. And I don't think he ever judges others. I mean, even others' music or anything, he never tries to push anyone down. There are a lot of such qualities which we all can see from him and learn. Everyone, like being his fans or being his listeners, everything. So we always look up to certain people because we find something within them very powerful and influential. And these are the qualities which I think indirectly are related to people, the power of his music and how much he involves in that. And I think we got to decode and find also that minute elements which we all can learn from him and other people like him also. So it is that's what, I don't know what else to say, because everything from him, it's like you can relate to your emotions and work it out. There'll be a lot of things that he conveys to you. So
indeed.
Unless something conveys to you something, you won't feel connected. So
Yeah.
the communication has a lot of details with his music. So I think, I don't know, I'm making it too
No, it's really good.
abstractive, but
No,
that's
it's
what I
making a
feel.
lot of sense.
Mm.
I'm able to relate to what you're saying, and then I think that's what is probably directly or indirectly helping me connect with Sir.
Mm.
It's beyond his music is what makes it different.
Yeah.
And maybe, I'll just throw this one last thing. Sorry, I keep saying one last thing.
No
Do you
problem.
want to say anything to Sir? I'm hoping that he will listen to this or watch this. If you just want to say something in 10 seconds for Sir.
Another very difficult thing. You're putting me in very bad positions for this.
I'm so sorry, man.
Okay.
Or you can just drop the question.
No. Of course not. I mean, this is first thing. I'll be really grateful to him.
Yeah.
Very, very grateful, thankful, not just for giving me an opportunity. That is on top of the list. Of course, it's from my whole heart. I don't know where it is, but more than that, as an artist, he has helped so many people feel inspired. So much of love, so much of positivity, so much of everything. So much of his spiritual power has been spread through his music to each one of us, and it's benefiting you, me, everyone in my family, everyone around here, everyone around the world. So I think I feel grateful for him to also share his music and his love with everyone around. So and thank you so much that I could be a part of his music at least a bit, and share that essence a bit. So thank you so much.
Very well done. I mean, amazing. And the thing is, I mean, in fact, you won't believe it. The group pictures and everything that we had taken, all the selfies in Trichy concert, I showed a couple of pictures to Sir, and I said to him, Sir, I want to thank you. It's because of your music I made some amazing friends like these guys. And he smiled.
Beautiful.
So I'm very thankful, man.
Small interesting thing I want to mention, because my amma has actually sung a song for Sir. There's a movie called Taj Mahal. So there's a song called Ichi Elimichi in that. And that's my amma's voice.
Oh, really? Oh my God.
Yeah, so she was in Chennai, and we couldn't stay in Chennai for quite a long time. We moved back, and in that time it happened. So I don't know, and for her to, the experience in the studio was very different from every other experience. So I don't know, it just came back to my life to get there and meet him, and it was something, I don't know, it connected me much more deeper in that way. So I just want to share it with you.
Amazing, man. Really good, man. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be hundreds of songs more which is going to come up, and I'll be one of the first listeners, and I'll be there to support you for sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Happy to
really
know
good, man. Sreekanth, I really wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart, man, for making this happen. And I think it's because of you that I've got this confidence to be able to actually show myself in front of a podcast camera like this and have an interaction like this. And I don't think I'd have had this guts if it wasn't for great friends like yourself, man. I want to thank you. And because the thing is, I mean, this is helping me so much to be able to connect with fellow AR Rahman fans who are out there. And even the thing is, I mean, ever since the car number plate and stuff like that happened, thousands of his fans connected with me, and then they're still in touch with me for the simple reason being they feel that connecting with me is getting them connected to Sir indirectly, and because they recognize that you need to be a different kind of person altogether to be a crazy AR Rahman fan. And I say that with pride, because here in Australia, there are a lot of people who have recognized me saying that this is that AR Rahman fan, because the moment they see my car, they start taking pictures and all that, and which makes me feel very happy. And the fact that I have been able to influence a lot of Australians connect with Sir's music. And the thing is, I've shared a number of playlists to them, and they've started listening to his music, and they absolutely love it. And like what Sir said in one of his interviews, music has no language at all. That's the best part. I deliberately shared some Tamil songs to these white guys, sorry, I shouldn't be saying white guys, the Australians. And they loved it. They did not understand anything in terms of the lyrics, but the music just took them to a different zone altogether. And that's the best part about him. Anyway, or best part about his music. And yeah, thank you once again, buddy. I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart once again. And
Thanks
then
to you too. Thank you.
and
That's cool.
I'll be indebted for this podcast episode that you have made it happen for me, buddy. Thank you
Anytime.
so much,
My
man.
pleasure.
I'll let you go, and
Thank
I'll please enjoy your lunch, and I'll definitely keep in touch.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, buddy.
To take care. That was like really good to spend some time with you.
Hope you enjoyed listening or watching this episode with Sreekanth. I'm still mesmerized with his amazing voice. He has magic in it. I would like to say a big thank you to AR Sir for everything. I think it was because of his music and very kind gesture in his most recent concert in Trichy. I was blessed to make some amazingly talented friends for life. I'm really looking forward to speaking to more and more ARR fans and artists in the future. Please do subscribe to my podcast for the latest updates. Lastly, I would also like to say a big thank you to my very good friend Jack here in Australia for inspiring me to start this podcast. Thank you so much, Jack.